Hello and welcome back to Earth Rose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Today is going to be a general tarot love reading for each zodiac sign. So we're going to do a zodiac fly through. This is a reading for every single sign, what's coming towards you next in love. This is a general reading for all of those signs, so this isn't a personal reading. If something I say doesn't resonate for you, please leave it for somebody else. And I do hope that there is a part that resonates for you and is useful for you in some way. This is also a timeless reading. It's for whenever you come across it. It could also be future influence with that in mind. Okay, anything I'm saying, if it resonates for you with the roles reversed, please go ahead and reverse them. That's also fine. All right. If any of my returning subscribers are here, and I hope you are, thank you so much for all the amazing support. I do apologise. I took a little bit of time off. I needed to take some time for myself. Just life was very aggy. We did have Mercury retrograde, which we're out of the shadow period now. And normally I would keep recording during Mercury retrogrades because they happen 3 times a year. But it was just a very aggy time and I didn't want to pass that on in my readings to you guys, but I know YouTube's going to punish me for not uploading every day, and I know it has been a while, so thank you if you're back, if you're still here. I really do appreciate you. If you're a new subscriber, then welcome. I'm really happy to have you here, and I really hope that something here is useful for you today, and I'm so happy that you tried me out. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by getting a base card for every single sign from this deck. And then as I go through the reading, I will get more information for each sign using other tarot decks and oracle cards. And yeah. All right, so this is what's coming towards you next in love for my entire zodiac team. You may want to, you can use this video however you find it useful, however you prefer. I know some people like to watch the entire thing, which love you, but you know, this on average has reached 3 hours before, so I don't expect that at all. If you don't have the time, I understand. You may want to just watch your sun sign or your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. I find are often most relevant. It's completely up to you if you have something prominent in your chart in another placement. You may also want to watch the sun sign for if you have someone in mind, you want to know what their perspective or what's going on for them. Bearing in mind you might come through in their reading as well. So yeah, just use it however you best find useful. All right, so top 12 cards from Aries to Pisces, please. Oh, 7 of Cups just tried to jump out. I haven't finished this is laying this out yet. 7 of Cups just tried to jump out, kind of in reverse. Could talk about an illusion being shattered, but anyway, we're not even into the reading yet. All right, let's go. Aries, you have the Knight of Swords as your base card. Taurus, you have the 5 of Swords. Gemini, you have the 9 of Cups. Cancer, you have the 7 of Wands. Leo, you have the 9 of Pentacles. Virgo, we are in Virgo season as well, by the way, so happy birthday to my Virgos. Oh, Virgo, you have the 10 of Cups. Very lovely. Libra. Libra has the King of Cups. Scorpio has the 5 of Pentacles. Sagittarius, you have the Devil, which is Capricorn's major arcana. Not all Capricorns are devils. That is the first major arcana on the spread for today so far. Capricorn, my fellow Cappies, you have the Queen of Cups. We've got the King and Queen of Cups on the spread today. Bearing in mind these are in different placements, but everyone is connected, which is why I like to do these readings with everyone at the same time, because we are all connected. So you've got the Queen of Cups, Cappy. Aquarius, you have the Page of Pentacles. And Pisces, you have the Emperor. Oh, I'm so glad we have another major arcana. It wasn't just the Devil. Pisces, you have the Emperor, which is Aries' major arcana. Okay, bottom of the deck, which I always feel is the general energy for everyone as a collective, as we are all connected. For we have the 2 of Cups as the base card, overall energy for everyone today. Let's see what else. Underneath the 2 of Cups is the Hanged Man, the World, the 10 of Swords, the 8 of Cups. Oof. Oh, okay, interesting. I mean, the Two of Cups talks about a very strong bond between two people, two souls, can be a soulmate connection. Soulmates don't just have to be romantic, they can be in other aspects of our life as well. But these are two intertwined souls. But there has been, for some of you, what is influencing this connection is a hold-up, a delay. But I'm seeing the delay is due to ties to other things, which could have been promises, commitments, previous soul ties for some of you that has had a connection for a Two of Cups in limbo. Because I'm really drawn with this Hanged Man card. You see how the flower that's actually suspended is held by this red rope. It's like a red cord which can tie people to be held in place. But then the World and the Ten of Swords talks about a serious ending, a completion of like something is done, a way of being is done. And with that Eight of Cups, that's also talking about detachment from something that's over, ending. Like traditionally we think of the Eight of Cups as walking away, with the full moon present there as well. This also is another symbol of things coming to a head, coming to completion and a climax. So in general, I would say that this is about, in one way or another, there's been like something that was put on pause or hadn't been. I mean, this could have even been something external for each of you that was left over, like a hangover that needed to be resolved to be able to, maybe for two souls to come together. All right, let's get into the reading, shall we? Perfect. Just 1 second. Immediately, I mean, that's a new record. We're like 7 minutes in, I already threw a card on the floor. All right, let's see how we get on. Okay, so Aries. Hello, my lovely Aries. Thank you so much for being here. Today is your base card of what's coming towards you next in love. You have the Knight of Swords. Obviously, this is air energy. What I'm getting is a lot that someone has held on to or has been brewing that is, I'm seeing like bubbling up. I actually just got like a beaker, like a science beaker, where it's like the mixture is like, you know, the chemical reaction happens and the bubbles just start like popping up one after each other and building and growing until it overflows. There could be someone, this could be you, who is in a very explosive temperament of desiring independence and freedom, liberation from something you feel has been like restricting you or controlling you or holding you back. You may feel like you need to kind of stand up and fight. I'm getting like a very confrontational energy, and it's not just the cliche because you're an Aries, but like the Knight of Swords is bold, it's courageous, it is speaking up, but I'm getting like this desire to fight for what you want. I feel like I'm getting frustration from you as well, Aries, the energy here. Now, bearing in mind this could be somebody else in your energy, but it's like you have been aware of things that have been subtext, like things that have not been spoken directly, but it's like, it's almost like a passive aggressive energy that has been muddying the waters from you being able to reach what you really want, reach your desires, to make yourself happy, to make yourself feel sustained. I feel like you're about to speak up. Let's get some more. What is coming towards Aries next in love, please? Three of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, now the Queen of Cups came out, but it landed on top of the King of Cups for Libra, which is a pair. Now, it could be, if this is to do with a relationship, it could be that you feel like you're not being heard, that it's not a team effort. Why the Three of Pentacles in reverse for Aries, please? Prince of Swords, Five of Swords. It's like you feel like someone... okay. Someone sees how good you are in some regard, Aries. They see your potential. They see you also with that desire, that urge to lead or to be in the spotlight. But there is something that's not being said to you. Like information that's being left out. Maybe as to why you can't be on a project or collaborate with someone, or if this is what's coming towards you next in love. There's like something not being spoken as to why you can't make something work with somebody when you're eager. You see the potential for success, and you don't understand this passive, like, why are we stepping around the issue? It's almost like there is a truth here, the reality as to that someone maybe has been withholding from you could be a reality that is disappointing to you, I have to be honest. But I'm getting that you're frustrated, that you maybe a person won't work on something or build or even allow something to get off the ground with you. And I feel like you're about to, come on, let's just rip the bandage off here. Let's just address the elephant in the room. This is almost like you know that there's also this person sees, like, this is like you going, I know you like me, you know, you Aries saying this, or obviously roles can be reversed, but you know, I know you see the merit in this, or that how well we would work together. I know you can see it too. So why won't you kind of follow through? Tell me about the Prince of Swords, please. Six of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man is at the bottom of the deck. See, underneath the Hanged Man is the Four of Cups and the Three of Wands. I mean, going back, if you didn't watch the overall energy for the reading, the collective today, which you don't have to, but underneath the Two of Cups was the Hanged Man, which I actually spoke about just now, and there it is again. But there is this could also be if you're in a relationship with someone, that there is going to be something where you see an opportunity that you want you and your partner, for example, to go for. Like, this could be buying a home together, or starting a business together, or something where you're like, this would be great for us. But it involves them getting on board as well. Because you're saying, like, you're coming through here that you're completely, like, I'll give to this. I'll give my energy. I'll give my full support. I will be there. I'll clock in 30 hours, a day if needed to make this work. But there's like this hold up from your person that you want to do this with, and you're getting frustrated, and you feel like there's things that they're not telling you as to why, what is the real cause for the hold up. Because you feel like if you don't act quickly, that you guys are going to miss this opportunity, and it's like you can see that happening. It would be like finding a property that you want to buy with your person, and they're dragging their feet, and you feel like there's a reason that they're leaving out as to why they're doing that. And you also have this like antsy frustration because you know it's such a good opportunity that someone else is gonna see that and then put an offer on it immediately whilst you guys are kind of sleeping on it. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Anything else you can tell me for Aries here, please? What's coming towards them next in love? Unfazed. Grudge holder in reverse. Oh, and the ain't shiz card. Unless this could all be the other way around. This is someone's, this is what they're going to be doing with you, Aries. This is the action that they're going to be taking towards you, is kind of But I mean, just take it whichever way around. There's someone who, I mean, this could be you, Aries. You're not going to be bothered about a situation. This would be like if you got, if you were rejecting somebody, or like letting someone, you know, the opportunity with someone, just, you can't really put your finger on why, but you just feel like, no, this, I'm not going to go towards it. Like, they might be trying to pressure you, and if so, you're not bothered. And also, you're basically, you're kind of saying, I'm not even gonna, there's someone here that you're not even mad about the fact that whatever's happening with them, because you don't really value them. What is this? Oh. Romantic love affair and wants you back. Okay. So there is someone, Aries, who you may have had a short-term fling with at some point. I don't see with that combination that it was something very serious. It was more like a... it could even not have developed into full-blown romance. It may have just been like a flirtation, or like repeated, like flirting with someone, but it didn't actually go anywhere, and you're kind of, you've moved on from it. This person wants you back, but you're giving me that you this doesn't even faze you in the slightest. Like, it doesn't cross your mind. You're not bothered. You don't hold bad feelings towards them. You just think that it wasn't even worth your time. That's something for someone as well there. So what is this Three of Pentacles in reverse? Is that someone else who wants to get something off the ground with Aries? What is this Three of Pentacles about? Thank you. Oh, okay. The Three of Pentacles comes out immediately from a different deck. The Five of Swords is at the bottom again. And we have this is me clarifying the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles comes out upright. This could well be someone else, Aries, that wants to try and get something off the ground with you. If so, I see you standing your ground, and you, let's see, tell me more. Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, see, underneath the Queen of Cups is the Seven of Wands and the Fool. As I said about standing your ground, and the Ace of Cups with the Unfazed card as well. So Aries, basically, what you've got coming towards you next in love is someone who's frustrated. They also maybe don't like the fact that you have liberated yourself from them. You also may feel like there were things that they weren't telling you, that they were omitting, like information they were leaving out. There was, this could have been something where you did at some point want to build with them. It's like what I said at first. It's almost like they were delaying things, they were putting you off, they were kind of pushing this back. And at some point, and whether this has already happened or you're also going to be doing this, you may have been like, we're doing it or we're not doing it, kind of thing. But what I'm getting is almost like a snap energy decision of you standing up and being like, nope, okay then, fine. Like, I'm not going to keep trying to hit my head against the brick wall. I'm here ready to give to this. You're not getting on board with me. Fine. I'm out. And like, also with this Seven of Wands I just said, like standing your ground. Yeah. No, you're done. That being said, I see that this, it's like, as soon as you're acknowledging the fact that they are not, they're putting you off, as soon as you're done, they want you back, and they want to then they're telling you that they're then like open to actually getting on board, which is what you wanted them to do in the first place. But by the point that they do that, whether this is in the near future or, you know, further down the line, by the point that they do that, you're not going to be bothered about it anymore. You don't harbor bad feelings. You just think they're anxious, like you're not worth your time, basically. So I hope that reading made sense. It's like a bit twisty, but effectively, depending on where you are in your timeline, you're either about to snap at someone who you've been trying to, you know, oh, this is something that's new, something that's starting. All right, so let's build the momentum. Let's build on this beginning. Let's progress. And they're like delaying it, and you don't know why, but you feel like there's reasons that they're delaying it that they're not telling you. And you're about to, right, that's it. Last straw has been reached. And yeah. Okay, so that's what I've got for you this time, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. Please do hit like, subscribe if you'd like to. And if it resonated at all, you just want to say thank you, leave me a comment, let me know. I wish you all my best. I'll speak to you soon. Okay, moving on to my lovely Taurus. Hi, my dear Taurus. I hope you're very well. Thank you for being here. Will be my next personal individual sign reading. I 100% owe you one. I do apologize that my break from readings happened just before your turn in the zodiac wheel. I do apologize. I have not forgotten. So in the meantime though, today, for what's coming towards you next in love, your base card is the Five of Swords. Okie dokie. It's not one of my favorite energies at all, but this is, I feel like there is a truth, something that is someone's aware of, but they're kind of very defensive about that truth, and they would rather not communicate than acknowledge it. This could be someone refusing to take accountability for something, or something that you know, is unspoken but needs to be spoken for the two of you to be able to move forward. So let's see, let's get some more. This one. What's coming towards... The thing is, with the column for the earth signs today, you have the Five of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Cups for Virgo and the Queen of Cups for Capricorn. That's a lot of emotion. But then it's kind of, so there might be you might feel like there's a potential for compassion, joy, understanding, happiness between you and someone here. But there's something that needs to be, we need to address, the elephant in the room first. Let's see. Tell me more for Taurus, please. Six of Pentacles in reverse. You may be done giving your time to a situation where you feel like it was unbalanced in terms of effort. Like you may feel like you gave someone way too many chances or way too much compassion, understanding, funnily enough. Like too many passes is what I want to say. Like you'll just keep propping the situation up by giving to it, whereas they can't provide you with the same level of support, respect, maturity. Okay, tell me more. What's coming towards Taurus next, please? This could be a situation that you've stopped giving to. Wow. I say that the Death card and the Six of Swords just jumped out whilst I was saying that. Death card is Scorpio's major arcana. But I mean, when that came out, the deck split and to show the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords. Oh, see, again, you see, that Page of Swords is someone avoiding looking at something. I was talking about this kind of someone is dancing around, not acknowledging a truth of some sort, whether that is someone taking accountability or facing what they've done, or, you know, just speaking up and being honest in some way or another. And I was saying that as well because on this Five of Swords card, there's one sword is represented here by this flower and the other four swords are down here. And then we have this person with this Page of Swords card, like looking away. But they are very stressed about the fact that you are moving, you've stopped putting maybe a lot of effort in, or trying to get their attention, or even trying to work for their love. I want it just popped into my head. You're basically telling me that you've got the Five of Swords as this was kind of the catalyst for you moving into the Six of Swords, of like, no, not giving to the situation anymore, it's not fair. Or, you know, we can't move forward if you're so defensive about, you know, something that is reality, potentially, I want to say. Yeah. There's someone whoever wouldn't acknowledge is very stressed because you've now stopped giving to the situation, Taurus. They are thinking about apologizing with the Page of Cups underneath. Their perspective, Hanged Man. If you didn't see the general overall energy for the collective for this reading, you don't have to, but underneath the Two of Cards, which was our base card, the Hanged Man was under there, and I spoke about it, and I just spoke about it with Aries because it came up in theirs from a different deck. I feel like I'm going to see this in every single sign today. The Hanged Man energy is very significant for everyone for this reading. But this is also someone's perspective has changed. And why is that? Because Eight of Cups. Because you've exited the building. Stage left. And now underneath the Eight of Cups is the Two of Swords. This is someone I want to say that is suddenly so focused on it because it's no longer an option for them. They feel like something is blocked off to them and suddenly it's all they can think about. But let's get some more, shall we? Let's see what this person wants to say. What do they want to say to Taurus, please? This person, they definitely weren't expecting you to stop playing into the dynamic that was going on between the two of you and detach. Escape. I left when things got hard, and underneath the bottom of the deck is understanding. I see your side of the story. I just said their perspective has changed. What was it that got hard? What was it that was... You guys got to a difficult... This would be like, you know, you're dating or you're in a relationship full blown, and then there's something that is like a stumbling block, or there's a disagreement, or there's clash of beliefs on something. And, you know, it's not just the easy breezy honeymoon period. This is actually a little bit tricky. And then they kind of clammed up, or maybe this is someone who can't admit when they're wrong. Or something that they hadn't mentioned. Let's see. Regret. I wish this never happened. Sabotage. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. Wow. So they may have they may have clammed up. They may have preferred to stop speaking with you rather than deal with something that had happened between the two of you. And they clammed up so hard that you decided, rather than give your effort to try and pry that clam open, you would just move on. Yeah, I stopped shuffling and looked to the bottom of the deck. When I was saying about moving on, new chapter, I am trying to move on. Yeah. So you've got someone, Taurus, who... This feels like someone who is not very good at approaching like a difficult conversation. It says irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. Under the bottom of the deck is mend. I want to fix our connection. They may have... Basically, I feel like you guys... Something tricky came up. And they wouldn't talk about it with you. Like, they wouldn't have an adult conversation with you about it. Let's see what action they're going to take then, because basically all I see is them just stressing that you're not... I feel like you're maybe... I'm not just saying this because you're my viewer, but what I'm getting is that Whoever's like, you know what, okay, you won't have a conversation with me about it, we can't sort this out, then this isn't going to work, I'm going to move on. That person is definitely more mature, or, you know, better at handling mature, difficult adult conversations. What action is this person who's stressing about Taurus? What are they going to do? Hanged Man. Seen it 4 times, 4 different decks already. I mean, that as an action, they're very stuck in their ways and resistant to acknowledging that they might need to change, or that they may need to, the way their modus operandi, their way of doing things may need to be reviewed, may need to, like, maybe their way of going about things is not productive, it's not going to be successful for them. The other cards that came out, we have the 7 of Wands sideways, the Ace of Wands sideways, and the 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Basically, I see them stressing about this, but they would rather stress and do nothing than actually look at the reason why this all happened like this, Taurus. Like they are flip-flopping between wanting to fight for this, to have another chance of starting again with you, with action stations happening with you. They're flip-flopping between that and then standing their ground and being like, you know what, F Taurus, I don't need them anyway, whatever. Like, they should be chasing me, like, you know, not chasing, but like, I don't need to look at myself. They should, you know. You know, this is them. They're basically, what their action, which is what I asked, is almost like stuck between a rock and a hard place, although they might not know that, because essentially they are, like, this is someone who's cutting their nose off to spite their face, basically. This is missing out on you rather than face a truth or a reality of some sort that they are very defensive about. It could just be that, you know, maybe sometimes they are wrong, but that's what I've got for you this time, Taurus. So I wish you all my best, and I'll speak to you soon. All right, I'm just gonna get some water because I do feel a cold coming on annoyingly. If it's not one thing, it's another this year, I swear to God. 2025 was supposed to be amazing for Capricorns as well. Completely gaslit by that. Oh dear. Anyway, moving on. So to my lovely Geminis. Hello, my Geminis. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Today is going to be a reading for what's coming towards you next in love. And your base card is the 9 of Cups. I mean, the column for the air signs today is refreshing. You've got the 9 of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles as a column, which is potentially the start of something that, if I was going to read those 3 cards together, it's the start of something which could bring a lot of joy, could make you very excited, feel very fulfilled emotionally, even nurtured emotionally, I'm getting as well. Like, I'm really drawn to how these beautiful, I think they're tulips, these beautiful tulips are kind of being watered. But I mean, the 9 of Cups on its own is a self-fulfillment, and I was just about to say it's almost like the tulips have some amazing irrigation system going on here where they're watering themselves. If only flowers would do that, because I'm terrible at watering flowers. Anyway, so there is a sense of pouring into yourself, Gemini, for sure. Now, it could be that that goes hand in hand with some sort of new connection blooming for you with potentially a King of Cups. Could be a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, doesn't have to be. King of Cups just represents someone who is emotionally available. They're affectionate often. They are understanding and could be quite gentle. quite sweet. And with this Page of Pentacles, further down, sorry, I'm like confused about water or air signs. Further down for Aquarius is their card for today. This talks about the real, like, beginning. So I'm kind of seeing either you're getting to know someone soon, completely fresh, or for others of you, this could be a friend as well. But who you're, it's starting as a friendship, I mean. Let's get some classic Rider-Waite for you. Tell me more about what's coming towards Gemini next in love, please. For Gemini, okay. The World card. This came out on top of the Nine of Pentacles for Leo. Wow. There's a strong message about closing out. You have already ended a chapter, could be relatively recently, Gemini, or if it's not super fresh, then it may have ended a couple of years ago, but actually since then you've been working on looking after yourself, pouring into yourself. As I already said, there is strong sense of coming out the other side of something which could have been quite brutal, in terms of an ending, completing a chapter of your life. This would be a significant chapter where you know what I'm talking about, that ended, and you needed the time to get to know yourself again, build up your self-confidence, to heal hugely, but not just like get over the breakup. If it was a breakup, for example, it could be something else. It was just a very difficult ending. I mean, it could easily have just been, it could easily have been like the end of a career or path that you thought was the be-all and end-all, an end of a family situation, something significant. But what you've been doing since is getting to know who you are now, which may be different to who you were when you were going through that chapter, and kind of finding your self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence. I'm really getting a sense of you getting over insecurities that may have been part of that previous chapter as well, that you may not have realised were even there, because sometimes you can't see the wood for the trees when you're in it. But yeah, I definitely see that's what, so this Nine of Cups that I was talking about with that self-watering flowers, it is, you are blooming, you're blossoming in the near future, like what's coming towards you next. But it is due to all the hard work and all the work you've done for yourself. And it is kind of giving the message of, the world talks about completion and also rewards. This is reaching, it's like the universe being like, yeah, well done. You earned what comes next. This is your promotion. All right. So tell me what is coming towards Gemini next in love, please. The Ace of Pentacles, crap. The Ace of Pentacles tried to jump out and then I tucked it back in. Hold on, let's see if it comes out again. What's coming towards Gemini next in love, please? Ten of Cups. That is literally, I was just said the word promotion and you have the Nine of Cups progressing. It's a progression, but you could call it a promotion. It's the Nine of Cups leading to the Ten of Cups. Wow. Tell me more about this for Gemini, please. The Lovers. That's your major arcana, Gemini, as well. Queen of Swords. There you are. So when the Queen of Swords came out, we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. This is, you could be a little bit more choosy about potential partners now. You may also have healthier boundaries. I'm not saying you are super cold or you cut people off, but you just have lived it, learnt it, and you're now applying that wisdom. This is what's coming towards you next is a lot of rewards in your love life, and it is rewarding you for the lessons that you've been learning and the love that you've been showing to yourself. since, you know, you went through a very difficult ending. This is you just basically, you're holding back from anyone who's putting you in a position where you feel like they are trying to have some sort of power dynamic where you're lucky if you hear from them, you know, or you're always trying to get scraps from their table, and, you know, it's up to them and their magnanimous generosity of whether they want to give you any attention or not. You're not playing any of that. You're not giving to any of those kind of dynamics. Again, this is, you know, either we both give 100%, or you're not giving someone who is holding back on purpose from you to create some sort of, even to kind of foster or encourage some sort of insecurity in you, to, like, you know, to try and get you to overgive to them. I hope that makes sense. So tell me more about this Ten of Cups for Gemini, please. Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups. Very nice. I mean, it's a positive shift. This could be a new love connection that starts to blossom through, like friend of a friend. You know, it just so happens that, you know, you happen to be somewhere because you're there for your friend, like for their birthday, or you're just meeting up or something. And whilst, you know, it could also be that whilst you're there, fate happens that you have a meeting with someone. Whatever's going on here, it's you're not expecting it. It's not something that you planned out to happen. So this is also because you have decentralized the other person. I hope that makes sense. You've prioritized yourself and enjoying living your life, and you're not living for or, you know, if you're going to go to a friend's birthday, for example, or out and about, you're not thinking, oh, okay, there might be a hot guy or hot girl there, so I'm going to go, but I'm going to be, you know, got my eye out looking for that person and seeing what's about. No, it's, you've actually, your center is back in what is happening in the moment for you and your friend, obviously. And I hope I'm making sense. It's basically, you're living in the moment is what I want to say. All right, so let's just get one of these for you. What's coming towards my Gemini next in love, please? Anything else you can tell us? Look, it's looking really good, Gemini, I have to say. This could, hold on. Wow. So the frenemy, fake friends, two-faced, hidden intentions, and bye Felicia, peace and out, thank you, next, leaving and not caring. Those came out. Tell me more for Gemini, please. It's interesting because I was just talking about friends. Ooh. Oh, goodness. There could be people that's like in your social circle that like to go out a lot. And it it's what I'm getting, Gemini, is that you might hang out with people who are social butterflies, or they like to be on the social scene a lot, but they're very phony and superficial. I'm not insulting your friends, but you could just have those people around you, whether you work with them or you just happen to have slipped into like going out with these people a lot or something. But it's superficial. It's like, who is going to see them at those places? You know, that you could be experiencing a kind of a disappointing situation with someone that you were, you know, going out with that you thought was a friend, where they suddenly drop you or turn on you, and they have no explanation for themselves. Like, they don't even try and they don't even try to apologize for that behavior at all. Also because they don't really care. They're not apologizing because they only really think about themselves, these kind of people. But what it's saying is that basically that could be the catalyst for something good happening for you. Tell me, I don't want to spend too long on one sign, but why? Why is that a good turning point for Gemini, that experience? You may find out that these were really two-faced people. They might be using fake social media accounts to watch what you're up to. Or to talk about you is kind of what I just got. But basically someone is going to... seriously, just stop shuffling groupies there. There's a bit of a twist, Gemini. I feel like this is like a mix here, basically. So when you're doing great about yourself and your self-worth, there's also positive progression and leveling up happening in your love life. But there's also, like, the twist is something to do with friends or your social circle. Now, there could have been people that were socializing with you because for some reason, but it's going to be different for each of you, they thought that that was elevating their life or their position socially, or, you know, in work or something, that was elevating that. But, and the uninterested card came out. You see how, like, this I would normally say I would read for a love reading, but here I'm almost getting like, this is someone who you considered was in your life as a true friend. But then same shiz, different day came out in reverse, and happiness hater. Okay, I see. Basically, okay. So I see what the twist is. So you may have that kind of social circle going on that I just described. The ghosting from the friends, or the friends suddenly turning on you and unexpectedly acting very cold, or acting like, where have my friends gone? Well, I thought you cared about me, you know. Could well be when you are getting into a new relationship where you're very happy with someone, and there could be people that you've been socializing with basically showing their true colors. Sorry, I had to get to the bottom of that. Bit of a twist. I knew it was something to do with, like, a fated change to do with your social circle. But I do see that basically you have that kind of self-esteem of also the wisdom of, this isn't right. Like, they're not going to make you feel bad. It's more just going to be them showing their true colors to you when that plays out. So that's what I've got for you this time, Gemini. I really hope it's useful for someone out there. Thank you for being here. Please do hit the like, subscribe buttons, and if it resonated or you just want to say thank you, leave me a comment and let me know. Thank you for being here. Okay, Cancer. Hello, my lovely Cancers. So today is your base card of what's coming towards you next in love. You do have the 7 of Wands. Cancer, I have to be honest. It's what I'm getting for you, for what's coming here, is someone who's trying to really hold on to the power in a dynamic, in a situation. They are really this is almost it's giving me the energy of someone who knows that they are losing control of a situation, so they try and hold on even tighter, like they're losing their grip on whether it's on you or on a situation. Obviously the roles could be reversed, just take it the way around that it resonates. I'm getting more that this is someone else. I'm going to say it could be It could be a husband, doesn't have to be. Obviously, it could be a female in real life, but I'm getting like an emperor energy attached here, someone who potentially holds the purse strings, or it could be a boss. But it's like they're definitely, keep getting like they feel like they are losing ground, that they're losing maybe respect, and they are almost doubling down as a result on power, like trying to do a power grab of some sort in the dynamic that could be restricting you further. Like if this is someone who holds the purse strings, Cancer, they're going to be even tighter because they feel like, or, you know, if you're giving them some sort of sign that you don't need their money or you don't want them to control you via finances. Now, if this was in a work situation, obviously this is a love reading, but this could be work situation that's impacting your love life next. This would be like a boss who is taking away perks or, you know, benefits or bonuses to try and make you feel smaller. But it's actually making you more defiant, wanting to stand up for yourself more, wanting to pave your own way. Rather than, this is like there's a rebellion going on here against someone who liked to feel like you needed them. Okay. What is coming towards my Cancers? This is for love though, so what's coming towards Cancer next in love, please? Got the Three of Wands. Interesting because your base card is the Seven of Wands, so straight away that adds up to the Ten of Wands, which is, I mean, this is like you're looking ahead and either seeing like this person is just going to make things more and more difficult for you. They're going to put more and more burden on you to try and, if you think about someone trying to get away and they've got like a backpack on with their belongings in, this would be like someone loading stones into that backpack so that the person is like, you know, they can barely make any progress getting away. This is an energy who doesn't want you to get away from them, get away from their control, because they enjoy the fact that they have power over you. But you're basically seeing where this is gonna lead. Like you can, yeah, okay, tell me more. Thank you. We have the Chariot, which is your major arcana, Cancer. We have the Ace of Swords, which came out on top of the Knight of Swords for Aries. And we have the Five of Cups. What's this Ace of Swords, please? Wow, oof, Ten of Swords. So, Cancer, I'm getting that you are going to have plans in the near future to make some sort of move. Whether this is a plan to, like this controlling energy that I'm picking up on could be external to a love relationship. This could be your ex. It could be a father figure. It could be the father of your children if you have children with an ex or something. You're making plans to move away from them in some regard. Now, obviously it could be an existing partner, but this is something where you see the future prospects of your current situation and you don't like how it looks and you want to stand up for what you feel is right for your future before this person in one way or another drags you down. There is something that you have been, that's been bubbling up inside you to say, to like a truth, that a decision that you kind of already made within yourself to make this kind of decision to end either, you know, a certain aspect of your current way of living, whether it's to end a relationship, whether it's to end living where you're living, or, you know, to end a job. It's tied to your independence in some way. And you've known this, but you've kind of been holding back from either acknowledging it or speaking it because you know there's going to be a fallout, there's going to be upset. What is the ending? Queen of Cups in reverse. Oof. That's you. We can be Cancer. It's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Why the Queen of Cups in reverse? The High Priestess. Page of Cups in reverse. Basically, this ending is tied to something which you had a lot of passion for before, and it's interesting because the Queen of Cups in this deck especially talks about intuition, and obviously the High Priestess does in spades. So this is effectively, this is an ending about knowing that you don't want this situation anymore. Whatever, house, career, romantic relationship, you don't want this anymore. Tell me more. The Strength card. It's going to be difficult. It could be difficult because if you do have a child with this person, they could also be the one that you are worried about hurting. Because if this is with someone that you're in a relationship with now and you have a child, your main concern is their feelings. It's almost like you've been putting your feelings aside for the sake of someone else's, and it could well be for the feelings of a child. You didn't want them to go through the heartbreak and pain of their parents separating, but at the same time you feel like you see this is like coming to a climax. You can see that, and also there's a very suffocating energy from this controlling influence that you also know you can't live under that restriction. Anything else for Gemini? Sorry, Cancer. Anything else for Cancer? Jesus. Thief in reverse. So this says emotional loss, emotional theft as well. It lands on top of the Queen of Cups in reverse. That's why I'm focused on the emotional aspect of it. Obviously, it can be tangible stuff as well. But this is... You don't want to steal someone's... Hold on. Let me think. Tell me, why is that Thief card here? Thank you. Wants you back in reverse. Oh. You don't want to steal someone else's person. Hold on. Running came out and moving is at the bottom of the deck. You see, underneath the moving is hooked and the boss where it says boss daddy. And underneath boss daddy is fake smiles. Cancer, I hope this is making sense to someone out there, but basically this is what I'm talking about. Although I wouldn't normally read this boss daddy like this, because it can be a great energy as well of like a hustler, someone who's I think I said a boss already. I was talking about that control, but this is also someone who's wealthy, who's moneyed, and uses that as part of like leverage power, this is giving like a superficial situation which is based on money and stability that comes from that money. But the smiles are fake. This is what I was saying. This is like ignoring the intuition that you're not happy in that situation. But with that hooked, this is someone trying to keep you controlled by the fact that how much money they have, or to stop you from moving away. Just give me one on that. Thief in reverse wants you back in reverse. What is that for Cancer, please? Reading up and knocked up. Pregnancy, expecting, mothering. You know what I'm getting is that this thief energy is, I'm getting it's something to do with children. Like someone is maybe even being emotionally manipulative regarding a child. This could even be that they are, you know, like, this is a father figure, for example. This is or it could be a mother, obviously. But this is someone who's who is threatening, because I definitely get the sense of coercion to control, is threatening to tell a child in the situation that, you know, if you move away, if you leave us, I'll tell our child it's because you don't want them, you don't want to be a mother to them, you don't want to be their father. And you know, I mean, that's what I've got. But honestly, keep saying that, sorry. Cancer, I see that this is, you may well be about to speak your truth, because the fact that this controlling influence is almost like doubling down on their controlling approach to try and stop you from standing up for yourself. Whatever threats they're making, I feel like it's giving you even clearer foresight of what staying would be like, and that may be like the catalyst for you to fight for leaving even more, or ending this situation even more. Yeah, Cancer. That's what I've got for you this time. Sorry, it's a bit of a tricky message for you today. I really wish you the best if you're going through anything to do with that. And thank you for being here. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me. Subscribe if you'd like to. If it did resonate at all, if you just want to say thank you, then leave me a comment. And thank you for watching. I'm just going to get some water. I fear I'm going to need more water. All right, let's crack on. So to my Leos, hello my lovely Leos, welcome back to Earth Rose Tarot. Today, for what's coming towards you next in love, your base card is the Nine of Pentacles. That's a beautiful card. It's talking about abundance, and it's funny because I hadn't noticed this before, but the Nine of Pentacles is very much traditionally a card of independence and solo wealth, solo success, self-sustainability. Anyway, but I just noticed looking at this, obviously the grape is a symbol associated with opulence, but there's two bunches of grapes here who are in harmony next to each other like that. It could well be that you and someone else are both going to be in a very strong, stable place coming towards you when it comes to love. This could be also meeting a very kindred spirit as well, who, you know, if you're a self-made business person, you might be meeting someone else who is as well. Or if you're just very independent, go-getter and successful, you may be meeting someone in that same energy too. So let's get into it. Tell me more. It could also be, funnily enough, I'm getting that you might be meeting someone who you have individual strength and success, but the two of you coming together allows for a release from something which has been tying you down or or holding you back. Okay, tell me more for Leo, please. What is coming towards my lovely Leos next in love? This deck is teeny tiny. There we go. Six of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So funnily enough, there's two people in that boat, in that Six of Swords boat, who are deciding to move on from a situation that together. I'm almost getting, again, this is a love reading, but this could be something to do with work that's impacting your love life as well. I'm almost getting, Leo, that you and someone that you work with might decide to leave the company together and start a venture, the two of you. Like your own business, but it's the two of you being partners and starting something together. That could apply to love as well. You and your romantic partner could both be quitting your individual corporate jobs or something. You know, something where you feel like you're just a cog in the wheel to actually move on and have some sort of new idea. The fact that this Two of Pentacles here as well is, you see how the two pentacles are in balance in a lake here. It's talking about equilibrium, each taking on the same amount of responsibility, sharing the load, working in harmony where, you know, this deck is tiny, so you're not going to be able to see it, but she's actually created a yin and yang symbol in the water with the two pentacles. Yeah. So this could be, I'm strongly getting this message for you, Leo, about you and someone else. You complement each other, but you're different. And, you know, there could be one person who's really creative and the other person who's much more comfortable dealing with, like, the taxes and the admin. And it's like the two of you, you know, you couldn't do the whole thing completely on your own. But as a team, you balance each other perfectly. Tell me more for Leo, please. The Fool. Yeah. Tell me about the Fool. Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Wow. So it's Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. This is, again, the Fool is about, it's similar to what I was saying about the Six of Swords, and it is a liberating energy as well. So this is leaving something behind, but you're, you know, taking with you on that new journey a lot of emotional happiness, fulfillment, and like the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's really got their shiz together. It is kind of level up, an evolution for me from the Nine of Pentacles. So this is someone who, they're going to be fine, basically. They've got a good strong head on their shoulders. You know, they know how to create success and wealth. Why the Queen of Pentacles? For some, this is way too specific, but for some of you, I'm getting that you and a partner may, as I said, be heading to quitting your individual jobs to head off and like live. I kind of got like live on a homestead and have some sort of like working from home, or like making your home your way of living. So for example, like, you know, living off the land, having a business, you know, where you're like, I keep getting like farm, homestead, like animals, growing vegetables. That's not going to be for everyone. Lucky ducks, if that is you, and good for you as well. What a dream. Woo! Four of Wands and the Hierophant just jumped out together. Two cards talking about union, commitment, marriage. Someone, like, I feel like I think this is you. You're making a bold move here. Wow, you're making a bold move here, Leo, and you're with someone else. Like, this is, you're making a bold move, and you're like, if this was, because I've got the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the King of Wands underneath it. This would be like the King of Wands, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, decide, right, I'm doing this. Underneath the King of Wands is the Ace of Swords and the Four of Cups and the Queen of Swords. This is like a, why am I not doing this? You know, this would be someone who's potentially missing out on living their life because they fear the backlash or the, you know, pissing somebody off or upsetting someone so much that they have been you know, or as I said about the whole corporate grind, this could be like, I am literally not living the life I want to be living because of the fear of someone being disappointed in me, even if that's a mother figure, or it doesn't have to be a mother, it could be any family member, just showing that Queen of Swords because of what the message that card gives. Male or female, it's someone who had expectations, and it's like the King of Wands has been, you know, sat in a cubicle somewhere absolutely miserable for the sake of the Queen of Swords expectations, basically. They have whether it's you or someone else, Leo, there's a decision being made here to live, to be happy, to do things your way. It could be a choice to go and marry somebody, to commit to somebody, to do things your way. I keep getting like you and someone else. You're going to live your rules. This is like the King of Wands getting up from their cubicle, going and finding their Queen of Pentacles by the looks of it, grabbing her, stick you on the boat, and then you both head off into your new life. That's what I'm getting. Anything else for Leo, please? Long haul. In it to win it, long-term intentions invested. Ooh, and high vibes came out. Good vibes, living to the fullest and enjoying the present. Someone could be being dramatic about the fact that you're doing this. I just don't think you care, but which is good. Let them be dramatic. Let them huff and puff. Anything else? Yeah, someone's confused about you doing this. Or you, if this is the other way around, you're confused this is unexpected. This action, this is, yeah. But I think it's going to be very pleasantly confusing. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's a football match on. Maybe a pigeon flew over the top. You know, whatever. Anyway, that's what I've got for you this time, Leo. Thank you so much for being here. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to. I'd love to have you. And if it resonated at all, leave me a comment and let me know. I wish you all my very best. I'll speak to you soon. Oh, it's getting dark in here. Okay. So, Virgo. How are you doing, my lovely Virgos? It is Virgo season, so if I've got any Virgo suns in today, then very happy birthday to you. Your base card for what's coming towards you next in love today is the Ten of Cups. Lush, Virgo. Let's see which way this goes, shall we? I'm going to get one of these for you. I mean, Ten of Cups is joy. It is joy. It's a lot of emotion. It is a lot of happiness. Could also be a relief. You are like in this crosshair as I'm looking at my spread between Libra, who has the King of Cups, and Capricorn, who has the Queen of Cups, and it's like a little L shape. I'll show you. It's like this on my table. So that's the only like main court cards on the spread for the 12 signs today as well. So this could represent a lot of loving emotions going on for you. You don't have to be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but obviously that energy is here of a lot of love. It's also I'm getting like a relief after difficulty. This is coming through a stormy time emotionally. Give me a message for my lovely Virgos, please. We have the Camellia, which says destiny. Give me one more, please. And the Daffodil. Rebirth and new beginnings. Wow. Destiny and rebirth. Okay. Okay, let's get some tarot. Let's go this one. For my Virgos, please, what is coming towards them next in love? Why the Ten of Cups? We're not complaining that it's the Ten of Cups, but why? The Eight of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups, I'm telling you. Oh, you remember the Queen of Cups I was just talking about. But this Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Six of Swords, when that Three of Pentacles came out, there's been a difficult patch, Virgo, for sure. I was just about to say with this Eight of Pentacles card, this is someone, they are doing the work to actually reunite with someone that they love very much. But the work is arduous and painful and difficult. Like there are tears streaking down this person's face as they're like creating these pentacles out of thorns. Now this could have been individual work, as in either yourself or your partner had to get through something and they had to get through it on their own. As in they needed to work on themselves, or they were going through something with their work, for example. Or there was some sort of task or responsibility that had to be given the full attention, but it does not mean it was easy, and it was tough going. However, with the Six of Swords as well, this is coming out the other side into smoother waters. I mean, it could also be, if this, I'm also getting like, one person may have needed to go to do some like talking therapy or something, because underneath the Two of Cups is the Seven of Pentacles and the Lovers. I see two people, if you've had a bit of a separation, I wouldn't normally say that with the Ten of Cups, but this is just giving me that this is the rainbow after the storm, basically. This is two people we just saw like destined to come back together, and for there to be a rebirth of the connection. With this Two of Cups and this Seven of Pentacles, is you and this other person needed to decide whether it was worth carrying on the connection. Now maybe that wasn't a spoken thing. For some of you it could have been like, we need to take a break and decide if we are still each other's person. For others of you it could have been an unspoken thing, which was the whole plan from the universe of like the two of you being separated or being sent to your corners to go through, I'm getting like trials, like the trials of Hercules just popped into my head, you know, to then return to each other and realize how much love the two of you have for each other and how much value there is in the relationship between the two of you. Now, as a result of going through that, so that individual work that I was talking about, it could have been on both sides, but I am seeing that whatever the two, like you went through, it's actually leading to a newfound ability to collaborate. It's like you're both coming back stronger, and that is hugely supporting the Seven of Pentacles. Now it jumps out, I was about to say supporting the relationship. The deck split instead of Seven of Pentacles came out to show the Lovers and the Hierophant. That is Gemini and Taurus, Major Arcana. Can you tell me anything more about what that Eight of Pentacles was about? Something that someone has been, well, maybe each of you were trying to ignore working on, like, or avoid dealing with. Something that was nagging. I mean, this would be like, if this was a house, this would be like, you know, drip, drip, drip coming through the roof, coming through the ceiling, and just being like, it's fine, it's only a drip. And then the water damage that's actually happening within the structure of the building. But it's just like, just stick a pan underneath it. It's just a drip. Anything else? But also, whatever whatever needed to be fully, like, you need to give this your attention, you need to climb into the roof and find out the real cause of that leak and deal with it. That also completely took someone's attention, or maybe both of you, the attention away from the relationship. For some of you, there was some sort of deception regarding something else already being fully finished and over. So, for example, if one of you was previously married or separated, someone could have said that the divorce was already final and that was all dealt with, and then they just ignored their ex-partner who may have wanted to like finalize the divorce, actually have their complete freedom. It's just an example, it doesn't have to be that. But I'm getting someone, you know, ignoring the calls, ignoring the emails, the WhatsApps or whatever from, you know, someone being like, this isn't fully dealt with. And they just were like, yeah, it's already done, it's over, it's finished. I'm getting that something wasn't finished and someone thought they could just ignore it and it would go away. Basically, no, you needed to actually finish it. But I've seen that is done. That is now done. And as a result, the two of you are coming back together. Let's get anything else. Any message from this person to Virgo, please? So we have unappreciated. I felt like you didn't care. See, I think there's going to be so much happiness here, Virgo, because you may have felt like this person being detached or separating, that you could have felt like they didn't even give two hoots, that the two of you weren't together, weren't connected, weren't talking. I'm getting that their attention was completely taken by going through some sort of arduous process that they needed, was overdue, that they dealt with. At the bottom of the deck is Destiny. That I only got two of these flower oracle cards, but one of them was, as I said, the camellia, which I don't know if you can see on this camera, but it says it's the Destiny flower, if you like. Tell me about... Okay. Whoa. Okay. Inseparable came out with secrets. Inseparable says, our love is always there despite the distance. And secrets, I haven't told you everything. Yeah, they didn't tell you everything about some sort of an ending, which hadn't really... I mean, it could have just been that the ending had happened, but they didn't tell you about some sort of detail that had to be, you know, a T had to be crossed, an I had to be dotted, you know. They had to actually deal with something that had ended already. But basically, how this played out, there's a strong message here about destiny. Virgo, this was necessary, even if it was difficult. And it's actually allowing for rebirth of what looks like a very strong connection between the two of you. And the two of you kind of coming back together is going to bring a lot of happiness, but also it's going to just double down for each of you the importance of the other. It's almost like the thing that if you questioned before all of this, whether this person was the one for you, or if they cared about you, or if they meant that much to them, that kind of thing. This kind of separation and coming back together is going to reinforce it in like titanium, how much the two of you mean to each other. So that's what I've got for you this time, my lovely Virgos. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me and subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it resonated at all, leave me a comment and let me know, or if you just want to say thank you, I'm always grateful. Okay, let me get some water. Okay. Moving on to my lovely Libras. Hi Libra, how are you doing? So today your base card for what's coming towards you next in love, you have the King of Cups. I'm just going to say now, if any of you are dealing with a Capricorn, they have the Queen of Cups. That is a true pair, but anyway, you don't have to be. The King of Cups. Now this could be someone who's coming towards you. If so, I mean, that's my intention with this reading, or it could be your energy as well. So, but if it's someone else, this could be strong. They could have strong water in their chart, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, they don't have to, but this is someone who is wanting to get to know you, certainly. They are sensitive, understanding, emotionally mature. Like, they understand how their partner, or potential partner, might feel about certain situations, and they are respectful of that. As a result, this is someone who, I hope that makes sense, this is someone who is thoughtful about how their actions and words impact someone else's feelings. Tell me more. What's coming towards my lovely Libras next in love? Okay. Oh. So the Five of Wands, which wasn't expecting that as your first card, came out on top of the Five of Pentacles for Scorpio. See that? Okay. Libra, you've got someone who you want to flirt with. And you want to get to know better, you want to talk to them, and you are attracted to them. But there is some element here where someone is going to be angry about the two of you talking. You might have even be trying to hide. This would be like if you got if you got a note from this person, they like passed you a note. Apparently we're back in high school, and you were like reading it, and then someone came up to you and went, "Oh, what's that?" You'd be like, "What? Nothing with this. Psh, nothing. It's just a receipt." That's what I got in my head. So let's see what this is about. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. If I could pick it up. The Wheel of Fortune. What's the Wheel of Fortune? The King of Cups. King of Cups came out on top of the Nine of Pentacles. Libra, I have got someone who you may have I'm not going to be honest, and if this doesn't resonate for you, then don't worry about it. But this is giving me someone that you wanted, you were attracted to, you were interested in, but from a bit of a distance, because they were previously in a relationship, and there was an element of taboo of talking to them. Their person could even have got angry if the two of you spoke, even if you were speaking and you weren't doing anything. There was a little bit of maybe flirtatious subtext, but you weren't. Nothing that they officially hadn't done anything wrong. If it doesn't apply to you, then please don't worry about it. But I am getting that the twist here is that this King of Cups, that it's almost like someone had, their previous partner could have had the suspicion that the two of you liked each other, basically, is what I'm getting. It seems like a shift has happened here where this person is now single. Something that couldn't bloom before, something that you wanted before but from a distance and you felt like you couldn't have. The change here is that it's now, do you still want it? Because you might be able to have it now, basically. Like, the shift is actually acknowledging the fact that you do both like each other. And it's kind of like, it's not something you wanted yet. It's not something you wanted to admit before because the King of Cups was in a relationship. Yeah. The Queen of Wands just came out whilst I was saying that, and came out and crossed the Devil, which is here for Sagittarius today. So someone could have Sag in their chart. But that does talk about lusting, temptation, but also with the Devil, it is off limits. It's taboo, as I said. So tell me more about what is this King of Cups doing? what is coming towards Libra. Nine of Cups. Well, what they're doing is whatever makes them happy. Nine of Cups is a very self-motivated happiness. This is someone who is acting for their sake. Their action is, this makes me feel good. Why did I say that thing about this? King of Cups is aware, they're aware how their actions would make someone else feel. Maybe that was significant. The Three of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups behind came out first, and then the Death card came out, which is Scorpio's major arcana. It came out on top of the Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands situation, which is here in Scorpio's position as well. So this could be a Scorpio. It doesn't have to be. But this is someone who is making plans for getting something off the ground in terms of a new start in love. And it's, I am getting, funnily enough, then maybe this is someone who is emotionally, they're considerate of other people's emotions, but they've gone through, it could even have been quite a bitter, resentful ending that they've gone through with their previous person, to the point that they're now like, why am I thinking about your feelings after how you treated me, after, you know, you dragged me through the dirt, you know, you treated me like, you threw me to the wolves, basically, is what this King of Cups could be thinking about their previous person. And so now they're like, I'm just going to do what I want to do that makes me feel good, because, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let's get a couple of these. Tell me about this King of Cups. It's coming towards Libra, please. So that could also be a bit of a shift, because this could have been someone that you considered to be sensitive in terms of also, like, they would never, you know what I mean? They would never really cross a boundary because they would care too much about the guilt that they would feel towards their other person, you know what I mean? So you could be seeing a different side to them, in the fact that they are actually prioritizing what makes them feel good here. I would still say that although the two of you might be making plans to start something here, Libra, you may also be keeping it quiet. It's almost like, I have to be honest, it's almost like this King of Cups wants to flaunt this in their previous person's face. It's kind of giving me like revenge relationship. It's not just a rebound, it is a screw you, you know, the person that you were worried about when we were together. Yeah, I'm now going to get in a relationship with that person. I don't like it because I don't like you being used as some sort of revenge tool by a King of Cups. If that doesn't apply, then don't worry about it. But, I mean, you've got crying. It says crying over you. Could easily be someone crying over this King of Cups. You've got creeping. You've got ain't shiz. This is like their previous person watching, like, kind of, you know, being in the, like, behind the bushes, like, watching what you guys are doing, and they're very upset, and they're telling themselves that this person might be telling themselves that you're a downgrade, like the King of Cups has downgraded, but they're doing that because they're upset and it's coming from a place of ego. But, sorry, the other deck. The other card that the deck showed is the drama starter. Yeah, underneath that. Drama starter is rejected and moving. I feel like this King of Cups has recently had a very bitter ending with someone else. It's very fresh. Ugh. Ooh. Damn. How am I going to tell you what that card says? Okay. The blues came out. Scared, heavy emotions, mental distress, and fed up, which says over it, not having it. But like, look at this like torment on both these people. You know, the red light. They're so whoever, I feel like this is their other person though, like their ex, that's someone they've had an ending with. But the rest of the deck does not look like this. I think these are only two cards that have like a red spotlight on someone. So this is all they can focus on. They're in like a they've fallen down a pit of focusing on this. I don't know, I just think the other card that came out, it says kinky ways, fantasies, fetishes, surely open, looking to explore. Listen, I said the devil, the Queen of Wands, and I said the taboo. I said taboo twice. I don't think I've said that in a reading before. But this King of Cups might be into some freaky shiz. If you're into that as well, then good. Be safe, be happy, whatever. But there is also this, that could be, if they were into that with their previous person as well, that could have led to some sort of addictive element to the connection. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like, it's like if that was some sort of fix for their previous person, it's like they're being cut off cold turkey, and this King of Cups is moving on to you, Libra. I just would be careful, because there is this element of the King of Cups here is doing all of this for their own benefit, which is very telling. It's not for the benefit of you and them having a beautiful relationship. It's coming from a screw you previous person, I'm going to do what I want now, and it's very self-indulgent is what I'm getting. Libra, that's what I've got for you this time. I hope it was useful for someone out there. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button for me. Subscribe if you'd like to. And if it did resonate at all, leave me a comment and let me know. Or if you just want to say thank you, I'm really grateful. Okay, so moving on to Scorpio. I would expect that, so, I mean, I think Libra's already gone, but I would expect that the Libra's reading, I would have expected that from you, Scorpio. So, okay, let's keep it PG, Scorpio. For your base card for what's coming towards you next in love is the Five of Pentacles, which is a complete shift. This is a challenging energy of, this is like, oh God, I'm sorry. I completely sympathise, so I'm not saying this like laughing at this. I'm just laughing at this being there's being some truth in what I'm about to say for myself right now as well. But you see how there's like a moth on this Five of Pentacles card, and these are snowflakes, actually. I'm just trying to see, but they almost look like dust or mothballs. It's almost like, you know, if your love life was a box and you like opening up the box, oh, what's going on in there right now? And then like a moth flies out and some dust, and you're that's what I just got pop into my head. I'm right there with you, Scorpio, if that is the case. I hope it's not. But let's see what's coming towards Scorpio. It might just be that you need to have a bit of a clear out. You need to vacuum up those dust bunnies or whatever, and bring some reinvigoration to the love life. Let's see what's going on for my Scorpios, please. Let's get a message for Scorpio. Okay. We have the yellow rose. The yellow rose is enthusiasm and friendship. And the other card that came out was Magnolia, which is nobility and self-esteem. Okay. Nobility, self-esteem, enthusiasm, friendship. Okay. The bottom of the deck is asters, which represent elegance and patience. So, if your love life has, or is, for the time being, Scorpio, and I don't wish that on you if you don't want that, but if it is a little bit quiet, there's a little bit of a tumbleweed rolling on through town, it's talking here about that you are handling it very gracefully, and you have the self-worth and the elegance and the self-respect to not, just because it's quiet, just because there might be crickets, doesn't mean you need to go to bars, you know, every night and throw yourself at people until something happens, you know? If you like doing that, then great, good for you. I'm just talking about there's no whiff of, from those cards, there's no whiff of desperation coming in, Scorpio. In fact, you are maybe focused on caring more for your friends right now, or developing friendships, or just caring for yourself. But there's a definite message here of you're handling it very elegantly. It might just be, or it might have been quiet. Let's get some more here. For Scorpio, what's coming towards my Scorpios next in love? Ooh. Okay. The Ace of Swords came out in reverse with the Hierophant. Hierophant is Taurus's major arcana. And before I said anything, I was like, let me just get another card, and then the Seven of Swords came out upright. So there's something here, Scorpio, about someone like behaving as a oracle. I say as a tarot reader, but they're positioning themselves as a spiritual leader or a guru of some sort, as in they are preaching the way. Now, this could be a religious figure, doesn't have to be. This if you think about anyone who acts as a teacher, this could be someone who has a podcast, you know. It's just someone who acts as like, follow me, I have wisdom, I can show the way forward, I can see the way forward, I have the view, you know, I have the vision. Follow me. That's what I'm getting from this Hierophant. But what they are speaking, I would say, or try and be generous with the Ace of Swords in reverse and say potentially they there's some sort of clarity or information that is missing from, they could have good intentions, I would normally say, but there's some element of how what they are advising for you for the future lacks some sort of accuracy. That's what I would say if I was being generous, and I would be more generous if the Seven of Swords hadn't come out, which talks about intentional deception. This is smoke and mirrors. This is someone, you know, there's, if you think about, like, just look at the imagery of the Ace of Swords pointing down, this person on the Seven of Swords card, all seven swords are pointing straight down in the ground. This is someone intentionally leaving out some key information. And the other card that came out was the Six of Pentacles. So honestly, it's giving me pyramid scheme a little bit. This is someone who is, or this is like a guru who, if you have anyone like suggesting that, you know, you pay up for a 7-day retreat with them in Bali or something. Now, Bali is one of my favorite places in the world, but I know about these things happening, as in, come with me, like, spend $2,000 or £2,000 or whatever, come away for 7 days, you know, with us. We can, and I will give you the secrets of your finding love or finding a healthy relationship or something. They are a false prophet, is basically. They are, there is something here, Scorpio, a message for you about what's coming towards you next, and it's linked to your love life, because that's the intention of this reading. I'm not necessarily getting that it is actually a romantic interest who's in this position of this false prophet. I'm getting more that maybe, you know, your love life has been a little bit tumbleweedy and you have handled it with elegance, but you're handling it in like a, okay, let me improve myself. Let me turn to others who know more about how to bring love into my life, which is a fair and reasonable approach. But you are, if you haven't already, you are going to be coming across a false prophet who basically, the reason that they are kind of trying to get you as a follower is for monetary gain for them. But it's also with this Five of Pentacles, there's a double meaning here as well, to bear in mind that you... Did this just get darker? It can't get any darker, surely. Anyway. You open, this would be like you opening your bank account, being like, okay, I will give to the cause. That also leads you actually into an even more challenging situation, because it could also impact your finances and your stability as well. It did just get darker. I don't know how to fix that. Let's get a couple of these. Tell me more for Scorpio, please. Oh my god. Hang on, I'm going to put the backlights on because it's like pitch black in here. 1 second. And I apologise, it's super glary. 1 sec. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, the glare. It might kill the vibe a little bit, but it's better that you can actually see what I'm holding up. So the card that came out was Queen Rising in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck is Dirty Offer. And underneath it is Wasting Time. On the Wasting Time card it says, Stuck, No Changes, Limited. Now you could also be someone who is actually, you're coming into power by yourself. There could be someone who recognizes that you have a lot of potential, Scorpio, but they are almost using that against you. This is someone who wants to lead you down the garden path. Why did they... Oh my god. So Groupie came out, crossing the Ace of Swords in reverse, and giving money. Listen, this deck is this big. Yeah, this is... The thing is, whoever is positioning themselves as this false prophet, it could be someone who in some ways is quite similar to you, but they see you getting stronger, and maybe you have the potential to exceed where they're at in their, well, their power, if you like, their energy, let's just say. When I say power, I mean like life force power. So at the bottom of the deck, when that giving money groupie thing came out, is moves in silence. Creativity, which says steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates, feeds off of you. And underneath is grudge holder. So this, it feels like someone who sees that you could be stepping into power, praised, coming up spotlight. And it's almost like you have the potential to be what they're pretending to be. And they want to set the dynamic between the two of you that you follow them. As I said, like, they want you to be their follower, and then groupie comes out. And I said about you, you know, here's my $2,000, pounds, whatever, for the cause, giving money comes out. So they are, there's an element of whoever this guru, let's just call them, is, or I mean, this could even be someone in your friendship group who's like, they've decided to book a retreat for you and 6 people, but and you have to, you know, give them the money for the bookings or whatever, and they'll sort the rest. But this is a snake oil salesman, basically. So it's a warning here of effectively you're handling, if it is quiet with your love life, you've actually been handling it very well and very elegantly, and you are becoming more in yourself as a result. But there is the potential here to go off track by dimming your light and thinking that you need to follow someone else and be a groupie to somebody else who you know, they're telling you that they can see the way forward for maybe both of you. I hope that makes sense, and I hope it was useful for someone out there. Sorry about the light situation, but thank you so much for watching, Scorpio, and I wish you all my best. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me. Subscribe if you would like to. I'd love to have you. And if it did resonate at all, leave me a comment. Let me know, or you just want to say thank you. I'm very grateful. Okay, let me get some water. All right. So moving on to my lovely Sagittarius. Hi, Saggy. I hope you're really well. Your base card for what's coming towards you next in love, you have the Devil, which is Capricorn's major arcana, but we know not all Capricorns are devils. Oh my goodness, this could go a lot of different ways, but there's something coming towards you here, Sag. It could be a repeated pattern, or the chance to repeat a pattern which hasn't worked before for you, and there's a chance of repeating it again, is what I want to say. Let's see, let's get some more from this one. It's basically, there's a chance to slip back into a comfort zone. It's like a it's like a prison that you get comfortable staying in, and it's easier rather than, you know, making a breakout. It's almost, what is that film? Flipping hell. It's such a good film. So I'm trying to remember it at the same time as I'm talking. The Shawshank Redemption, obviously. That's the film that just came into my head, Sag. And there's the lovely guy, I can't remember his name, who has the pet crow, works in the library. And he's so institutionalized that when he's actually released, he's done his time, that then he can't live and operate in the normal world anymore. Okay. All right. What's going on? Tell me more. What's coming towards Sag next in love, please? Oh, goodness. We have the Six of Wands in reverse that came out on top of the King of Cups for Libra. And then we have the Five of Cups that came out on top of the Queen of Cups for Capricorn. And the Three of Wands. The Hanged Man is at the bottom of the deck. I think that's like the 17th time I've seen this card for everyone today. See, underneath the Hanged Man is the Seven of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Death card. So there is a strong resistance to change in your message, Sag. This could be you or could be somebody else, just obviously a sign as it's relevant for you. But you know, I was just saying about this, the prison, Shawshank Redemption metaphor, if you like. This person on this Four of Pentacles card could be out and about enjoying life. They could be out in that garden, which you can just see in through their window. My old phone's not going to pick it up. But instead they choose to sit basically in the basement, try and ignore the fact of the beauty that's outside their window and cling to just the Four Pentacles rather than go through change and transformation, which could lead them to the Ten of Pentacles, for example. There's a fear here that whoever's in that Four of Pentacles energy is doing that because they fear that they are not good enough, that they won't be good enough for real love, for example. There is I mean, the Hanged Man is someone who is still in like an endurance time, as like an endurance test of waiting. Now, it could also be that someone is trying to endure getting through this time when someone is resisting them. But whilst they endure that, that other person who is resisting them is still not coming towards them. This would be like putting your life on hold and not being open to new opportunities in love because of being adamant that someone that you want will come back to you at some point. They will stop pushing you away at some point, basically. The message here is that has become like a crutch, and it could be, sorry about the noise in the background, it could also almost be like a safety blanket to avoid the truth being attached to the fear of, this is like the better the devil you know, basically. Better the devil you know, better to wait in lack and unhappiness as well for the devil that you know to eventually stop pushing you away, rather than go out and be open, truly open to experiencing something new. Now, bearing in mind this could all be flipped, this could be about somebody else that is not here listening, but if that is about you, Sag, then that's the message, and obviously I'm just here to pass the messages on. So what is coming towards Sag? Oh my god, King of Cups just came out. Love is in reverse. What on earth? So the King of Cups came out on top of the King of Cups. I've shown you a couple of times. So strong water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, doesn't have to be. But it's basically talking about that person again. But the Lovers in reverse. And then the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Cups underneath. And the Knight of Cups. This is... I mean, it could be the King of Cups that's pushing you away, who has some sort of reason to believe that they cannot be loved, or they cannot show you their love. That's just not on the cards for them. I mean, that could be the element of them pushing you away, and you're like, no, this is like I'm gonna die on this hill kind of energy of, you know, it's the King of Cups or no one. And at some point, this King of Cups is going to stop denying the love that they have for me. Well, what action is this King of Cups taking then? Well, that's, yeah, the devil. This is, This King of Cups is not choosing to do better for themselves or for you. But I mean, obviously the desire has to come for them to begin with. And the Hanged Man is back at the bottom of the deck, by the way, whilst that devil came out. I mean, that's completely, like, if they've got some sort of hang-ups, if something from the past is hanging over them, they're staying right there. They're staying right underneath the shadow of that devil. Whatever their personal devil is that's hanging over them, they are just like, yep, seems like a good place to set up camp. Are they taking any action towards Sag? The Sun came out. Hold on. The Sun card came out. Oof. Why the Sun card? Wow. Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups. I mean, as an action, and the Two of Swords came out crossing the Devil. Talk about denial. This person is, their action is basically to continue to avoid dealing with the devil that's hanging over them, which is what I already said. It could be with the sun that their action is to enjoy themselves as much as they can and ignore the fact of how they're hurting you, how they're disappointing you. If there was something that happened between the two of you, they're going to try their very best to distract themselves from that. So rather than to face you. Wow. Runner just came out as soon as I touched this deck. God, Sag. Tell me about this King of Cups for Sagittarius, please. Ego. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. What is their pride about? They feel the connection with you too, Sag, which I know is not potentially helpful. But the soul tie card came out. I always feel connected to you. But then escape. I left when things got hard. And, you know, escape and runner for this person. Yeah, there's heavy, like, I'll just ignore this until... rather than deal with anything, basically, from this person. There's a message here for you, I think, Sag, of... It could be that this person's continuing... They're knocking you out of your divine feminine if you do resonate as a divine feminine. They are knocking you out of that energy. Well, oh gosh. Divine. There is the, oh my god, there is the potential that there's an influence of a third party, which could be that devil that's hanging over them, yes, but, or some sort of attachment. They're still attached to someone from the past who, it might already be over with that person, but they're still, like, they're still heavily, they haven't processed or dealt with something that happened with somebody else, and they're applying it to their interactions with everybody else. Oh, but I mean, I do sympathize, and I understand, but basically the message here, I've got a Sag who is waiting for this person to realize what they are missing out on. The connection is very strong with you two. But I mean, at the bottom of the deck is one day, time, mistakes. One day, someday, somewhere, another time, waiting, cycles, moments, mistakes, misunderstood. I mean, I think this is whoever's coming through in the Sag, bearing in mind you could be coming through as the other person, just whatever. Whoever's coming through in the Sag here is closing themselves off, sat in that lack and sadness, waiting for this King of Cups who has a complete mind block to actually real love. Just hoping that, you know, just give it enough time. You know, at some point it's going to happen. Now, it might be something the Sag is doing completely unconsciously. They're not even aware that's what they're doing. But there is this, maybe there's a need here to realize that the Sag is waiting, kind of still waiting for this person to stop pushing them away and to come back towards them. And it's saying for the time being that is not happening. This person is, and also the irony here is that this person, in terms of their action, is that they're going to be in the sun energy, which is so painful. It's just a bit painful to, like, imagine that you're sat in the basement refusing to enjoy your summer, for example, because you're so unhappy with that Five of Cups, that the fact that this King of Cups hasn't come back towards you. But in the meantime, the King of Cups is out there having the time of their life, like in the sun, and just let me just forget. I'll just forget Sag. I'll just block her out or him out. Either way, I'm saying her because it was the King of Cups. So basically, the only person that's getting that's feeling the pain by like almost martyring themselves to this connection, the only person getting hurt is the Sag, basically. Is what is the message for you today, Sag. So that's what I've got for you. Don't shoot the messenger. And if it's not you and you're like, I know I'm not waiting for the man, that's not me, then don't worry about it. But thank you for being here and thank you for watching and listening. If you'd like to hit the like button, thumbs up button for me, be very grateful. And if you'd like to subscribe, I'd love to have you. And if it resonated at all, leave me a comment, let me know. I wish you all my very best. I'll speak to you soon. Okay, let me get water. We've got 3 more. This lighting is so ghastly, but at least you can see me now. So, moving on. Hi, my lovely Capricorns. Hello, my fellow Cappies. It's been a while, and I wish you are all doing very best. I hope you're all doing very well. What am I talking about? Sorry, I've been talking for 2 hours, and it's been a while. But yes, I'm very happy to be back here with you guys, and I'm sending you all my love. So, Cappy, today what's coming towards you next in love? You have the Queen of Cups, which is a fantastic card for a love reading, especially as your base energy. This, I mean, also if you haven't seen already in the reading, Libra got the King of Cups. So if any of you are dealing with a Libra, or you could be meeting a Libra, you don't have to be. But basically, the Queen of Cups tells me what's coming towards you is like whatever's happening is going to be filling your heart with a lot of giddy, lovely, romantic feelings. Whether you are completely head over heels with someone, whether you're with the love of your life, whether you're just falling for somebody new and those feelings are developing, but there's a lot of like warmth. Like I just get the sense of you feeling lighter, happier, wanting to like dance, spontaneously. Jeez. Okay. Let's get one of these. Let's get some more for you. For my Capricorns, what can you tell me about this Queen of Cups? For my Cappies, please. We have the Hyacinth, which is playfulness. I mean, there's a quote on all of these, and some of them are not great. This one says, "Play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance." Now, funnily enough, I was just saying about you might want to dance spontaneously, and I was thinking, how is this going to go down with my Cappy viewers? Obviously, I'm a Capricorn myself. If some people said that to me, I might be like, shut up, because we can be quite serious a lot of the time. But it's just what came through, so I passed it on, and then we have the playfulness. So there's something here which is kind of, you're not going to feel so serious as maybe you have been lately. You might be feeling a little bit like cheeky, happy, you know, spring in your step. Thank you. Oh, we have the red rose. Hidden secrets. This quote says, 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. The red rose, though, is very, I mean, the association is definitely romantic. Like, there's a classic symbol of romance and courting as well, and love. And the bottom of the deck is anemone, yeah, which says anticipation. I felt like an arrow pulled back and ready to be launched into something big. Now, that could be that giddy kind of feeling of like you're just starting. Something could be starting here, Cap, and it makes you feel like a kid again. Okay, but also it's the anticipation of seeing them again, of talking to them. All right, let's get some more for my Cappies, please. What's coming towards them next in love? Tell me about this Queen of Cups, please. Oh, interesting. We have the Four of Cups came out. I was like, oh God. After everything I've just been saying, I was like, what? And then on top of that, Four of Cups, the Six of Cups in reverse. Wow. That is a strong message here of you're not, I want to say you're not allowing yourself to reminisce anymore or get nostalgic about things or people that you experienced in the past. This is like, I'm not interested in looking back. I'm not interested in going down memory lane with anyone either. So tell me about this Queen of... Ace of Cups. I was about to say, tell me about this Queen of Cups. There's the Ace of Cups. There's the new beginning. The deck split when that came out to show the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Okay, tell me about this Ace of Cups for Cappy, please. Two of Wands and the Six of Swords. Ah, my God. The Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, which for me is you, Capricorn, male or female. Underneath it is the Lovers. You may be seeing someone's approach, like you know that someone is coming towards you, or you're making plans to travel to see someone or go towards somebody else. Tell me more, please. Wow, you're really putting your foot down to anybody trying to play silly buggers with you. Queen of Swords came up with the Five of Swords. And the Death card is at the bottom of the deck. This is a very no-nonsense approach, Cap. It's also very, like, action-orientated, not waiting for the other shoe to drop with communication. This is like, if you're not trying, then you're not interested, and if you know what I mean, it's not trying to read the subtext of someone who is trying to have the upper hand by withholding communication. It's I just got like, if you don't want to talk to me, then you don't want me enough, basically. And also that, yeah. That you're jumping into the unknown, Capricorn. You're leaping. There could have been a situation with someone who you considered a soulmate, or someone who's very special, or very special connection for you and them, with the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and underneath it is the King of Swords. Bearing in mind I was just talking about this Queen of Swords. So there could have been like a strong intellectual connection between you and this other soulmate. But could be strong Aquarius energy here as well. Underneath the King of Swords is the Star. However, which kind of gives this kind of destiny feel to it as well. However, underneath that is the Three of Swords. And then the Fool and the Moon. This is... There could have been someone who you were waiting to have an important conversation with. And you felt like if the two of you could just talk it out, you would be able to heal a broken, like any heartbreak as well. But the Hermit came out on top of the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you've spent quite a long time on your own, in hermit mode, whether you wanted to be in hermit mode or not. And the lack of communication, the lack of a conversation with that King of Swords has finally given you that, you know, they've spoken without speaking, basically. Tell me more for Capricorn, please. Oof. So, oh God. Oh, good grief. Cap, you've got two people coming through. You've got something new, for sure, which is making you giddy as a schoolgirl or boy, and feeling a spring in your step and playful. And it's also completely like it's like you're doubling down on how you're done with the guessing games, the mind games, the issues of communication with the past. you've got the chemistry card that came out. I've never felt a passion this intense, and that came out on top of the Two of Wands and the Six of Swords. This is almost like a no-brainer decision for you as well, because you know, you're choosing between chemistry, playfulness, feeling, you know, all this like giddy excitement and anticipation of seeing someone new. You've got that, or you've got this Five of Swords bullshit. Now the other card that came out, I have to say, is secrets. I haven't told you everything, on top of the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords can be someone withholding information as well, and they feel like they can't speak on it. And I am just noticing as well that the red rose card that I said says hidden secrets on it. And okay, so we've got a strong, and then the bottom of the deck, when those cards came out, secrets. Dishonesty, by lying I ripped us apart. Unfinished business, we still have things to resolve and discuss. Reflection, being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. Damage, we are both hurting from this. Forgiveness. Like, the thing is, you're kind of like, there was someone that you wanted to heal things with at some point. You spent a lot of time alone, and they're continuing to proceed with the Five of Swords energy has basically given you your answer, and you're now completely like, it's almost tainted the memories that you had with that person, their behavior. So I want to know what the secrets are. What was the secrets about? No, running. Now it says dodging bullets when that running card came out, but either the fact that this person ran and didn't tell you what was really going on with them was a godsend for you. It was actually, rejection was protection in this case, because you were actually dodging some sort of bullet. Underneath the dodging bullets card is forcer. Forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want. So either it's a message here, the fact that this person in the Five of Swords, your previous person, them running was protection for you. But there's also an element of this person may have decided to take a cowardly approach, or, you know, not have an honest conversation with you, because they were trying to dodge the repercussions of someone who was very almost abusive, whether it's emotionally abusive, or I hope neither, but you know, emotional or physical abusive, or someone who's like, if you know, coercive, like if you tell anyone what we're really doing, I'm gonna break your legs, or I'm gonna steal your car, or I don't know. What's this? Can you tell me anything more about the secrets? Hold on, one sec. Wow. Oof. Jackpot came out. Winning money, got rich, inheritance, unexpected money. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a line from The Ninth Gate, the film. I always read it like that. Thief, robbed, lost. Did I just say steal your car? Robbed, lost, theft, physical or emotional. Oh my god. I mean, I think we need a longer reading for you, Capricorn, which is not fair to everybody else. Why do you have to be so juicy? But basically, there's something here about either somebody had money, or were about to come into money, or they ran rather than tell you that how they got their money. And maybe they got their money through unlawful means. Or they were going to try and take your money. Oof. Repo, default on payments, financially incapable, repossessed assets. Or they were going to have their house stolen. Not stolen, but maybe did they get into with loan sharks or something? Anyway, so they kept you, I feel like they kept you secret. Because there was something here about, yeah, with jackpot and wolf in sheep's clothing, that's giving me, they got money, but there was a massive caveat. There was massive small print. Oh, God, I didn't want to focus too much on the previous person because you also don't. What's coming towards you next, Capricorn, you've got no time for whoever this is. But the other cards interesting that came out were Lucky Break and Ghost. Lucky Break says good fortune, turning point, and Ghost says no closure, cowardice, disappearing act. So again, the doubling down on the dodging bullets. I think the past person may have seriously also been hurt by the two of you being separated, but it's almost like they were trying to not involve you in some really bad stuff that they got themselves involved in. I'm strongly getting loan sharks, people. Wow, I did say break your legs and steal your car. So I don't know if they got money via some very dodgy characters, and they felt like they couldn't tell you about it because you would think less of them as well, but also they didn't want you to be involved. I don't know. It's not giving me that you're actually finding out from that person. But there is a message here, just know that it's kind of like stuff they felt like they couldn't tell you, which also is blocking them from having a conversation with you. And also, it was an element of protection that you weren't, working out with that person at that time. Who knows what happens in the future, but anyway, that was a definite. So basically you're going to be focused on, it's a no-brainer, you're going to focus on a new beginning, the opportunity of a new beginning with someone. There's a lot of chemistry. Anything else? Yeah, Queen of Cups. That's your base card, and it comes out again from a different deck. Oh, I think the thing is, it keeps giving me the message about even if I'm like, just tell me about the new person, it keeps giving me the fact that you don't have the full picture of what happened with that previous person and why they haven't been speaking to you. You've just got the message of, they're not speaking to me, therefore that's all I need to know. And there's someone new who's making me feel giddy and there's passion off the charts, so I'm going to go towards them, obviously. I feel like the past they didn't want you to go anywhere, but they also didn't feel like they could be honest with you for almost fear. Genuine fear I'm getting. Like, I feel a bit anxious. Anyway, but they may see that you're actually like, all right, well, I gave them enough of a chance to talk to me. They're not going to talk to me, so I'm going to move on. They may see that and then come in and try and get your attention back, because they don't want you to go anywhere either. So that's kind of what I've got for you, Capricorn. That was wild. That took such a twist. That's what I've got for you for this time. What's coming towards you next in love. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit the thumbs up button for me and subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it did resonate at all, or you want to leave me a message, just say thank you, then I appreciate it. All right. Aquarius, we've got to crack on because I am concerned about my battery life. I don't want to rush through you and Pisces. But Aquarius, today, your base card is the Page of Pentacles. So, let me get one of these. So, Page of Pentacles, what's coming towards you next in love? It's almost like my card in this deck of it's too early to say. I'm not going to shortchange you. But it's like it's yet to be determined if this is going to grow into anything. This is something very, very new. It could also be waiting to there might be a need to wait for something to develop a bit further. This is not like the time, if you don't plant the seed for an oak tree and then after a week be like, that should be enough, and then go back and try and pull up a fully grown oak tree. You know that it's going to probably need a little bit more time. So it's basically, it's not the time to harvest kind of energy, but it's not the time to rush. Give this a chance. And it's something very new, something fresh. Now this could be like getting to know someone and getting to know them as a friend before taking it somewhere else. Just to kind of see if the two of you are aligned before you start bringing feelings into it. That's such an Aquarius, such an Aquarius thing to do. I've got Aquarius moon and rising, by the way, so I love you guys. It's just, why do we need to bring feelings into it? Let's just swap our favorite alien stories. Anyway, all right, give me a card for Aquarius, please, for their reading today. Or two, that's great. We have got the Venice mallow flower, which is delicate, fleeting beauty. When life is not coming up roses, look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them. That's really interesting. Look at the similarity in the images on these two cards as well. Interesting. This could also be the fact that it might have been something that you overlooked before because you didn't think it was going to blossom into anything. Like this could be someone that you just thought had friendship possibilities and nothing else. And the ones you considered to be, roses were not actually blooming. So it's like, hold on, did I consider someone to be a weed when actually they could be a rose? Oh, another very similar looking one. Okay. I'm not going to pronounce it. Coreopsis, I think, is the flower. Always joyful. I'm not reading that quote. That's nauseating. But joyful. Okay. Oh. The card at the bottom is Gloxinia. Love at first sight and proud spirit. Okay. Let's get some more for my Aquarius. So it could be someone who's, with that always joyful, it could be someone who is optimistic, positive outlook. It could be someone who is genuinely has a happy disposition. Okay, what's coming towards my Aquarius, please? We have the Hermit, which is Virgo's major arcana. We have the Strength in reverse, which is Leo's major arcana. Why is this Strength in reverse before I say what I was going to say? This almost feels like someone who's not very forceful and very, maybe withdrawn, maybe a little bit introverted and a little bit sensitive. Tell me about Strength in reverse, please. Wow, jeez. My gosh. Okay, interesting. You have the Page of Pentacles that came out again. Bearing in mind that is your base card. The Three of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. There's a confidence here from somebody. I don't think it's the Strength in reverse person, but there's a confidence of someone looked at the other person and was like, that's my person. That's that love at first sight as well. There is that Strength in reverse is giving me a lack of not a lack in a bad way, but like someone who doesn't have much pretense, or they don't wear like, how can I put this? They don't have like this bravado or this outward ego. They seem very easygoing. They could be someone who's relatively thoughtful, intellectual, but they're very like, I mean, everyone has an ego. Everybody, even the gurus who say that they've worked very hard to drop their ego. Why are they saying that? Because of their ego. So it's not that. It obviously they still have an ego, but they're not prideful. I think that's a better way of saying it. They are just they're kind of, they're not arrogant. They may take pride in some things. Like there's and how can I put this, Aquarius? This person has this awareness that the friendship between the two of you could, like, you could be the one for each other, basically. But they don't have, they don't wear a mask about, they don't pretend to be someone that they're not. It's almost like you may have, this may be someone that you overlooked before. And you may have been very confident choosing to overlook them because you were like, they're not my person. No, that's not the kind of, But it's almost like they could have been a grower, a grower, not a shower. Let's get a couple of these for Aquarius, please. What's going on here? See, passion came out in reverse. Insane chemistry, sparks, having fun, equal interest, burning desire. But it came out in reverse. Wow, Jesus. But then twin flames and soulmates both came out. You could be quite different to each other. But it could, with the strength in reverse, that could also be a lack of, like, that fiery, passionate pursuit of the lion being like, I want to, grab the other person. It might have been a little bit too, what's the word? Popped into my head, popped out again. Cerebral, that was the word. With the Hermit upright and the Strength in reverse, this is a pacifist, for sure. So there could have been a bit of a lack of fire, and that could have been, I mean, if this is what's coming towards you as well. So for some of you, I'm using the past tense. This could be someone that you already know and you discounted because of that. There's a cerebral element, but there's a lack of rawr. For others of you, it's you're meeting somebody and that's going to be your first take, your initial take. But if that is the case, then the message is they are a grower, not a shower. They also seem pretty sure about their interest in you and the fact that you two are kindred spirits in some way, that they want to talk to you and that this will be the start of a beautiful romance. It's basically just saying to, if this is something new, to withhold judgment, Aquarius, for now. And it could be unexpected where this goes with this person. But you have to, oh my God, Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, struck by love. I mean, there's also like this love at first sight situation. I just think it's like one or the other of you is not expecting. I mean, one person seems quite sure. They're like, yep, that's the one. And the other person may be more not completely convinced yet, because there might not be the initial fire, but that may come, basically, is what it's saying. Like, you may be surprised, and I'm not, suggesting that anyone needs to have a passion-less relationship to be happy. No, obviously it's different for everyone. Maybe two people really are fine with that. And I'm not saying, that's it, no more passion for you, Aquarius. You're going to be with someone who's dull as dishwater. I'm not saying that either, but it's just like, that may develop, and you may end up having the most amazing passion later. But it's basically, this is like, don't rip it out expecting it to be an oak tree after you planted the seed a week ago, basically. So that's what I've got for you this time, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button for me. Subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it resonates at all, leave me a comment, let me know. I wish you all my very best. I'll speak to you soon. Pisces, hello my darling Pisces. Today, your base card, what's coming towards you next in love, you have the Emperor. This is Aries Major Arcana. Let's get a couple of these. So, it's interesting. The Emperor is the divine masculine. So this could be someone very significant. I was just really drawn to, on this Emperor card, obviously represented by this beautiful sunflower. So this is someone who others look up to. But they are also very... this is someone who is very headstrong, really knows. They go in the direction of the sunflowers. Point towards the sun. They have the potential to go very far, but they're also very, like, if you think about that metaphorically, this is someone who goes towards what makes them happy and what energizes them. So this could be someone who's this is like an energetic individual. They're also respected. They're a leader. But they have like a clear vision of the direction they want to go in, and others admire that. And so you've got that. I mean, that could be you. You could be, I know you're my lovely two fish, Pisces, but you could be in this energy. But the thing is, you've got two, my God, I'm going to get it wrong. I think it's the ram for Aries, isn't it? But you've got two rams here. I'm just really drawn to that because that is, you know what popped into my head is, I'm going to forget the names. It's a Bible story where like people would come to the leader of the village or whatever with their problems, and then that leader would, because the leader would provide very fair solutions. So, I mean, someone's going to know, and I'll remember it. No, I won't. I'll Google it after. But it's, you know, like, he says it's his bread, she says it's her bread, and they come, and then the leader's like, cut it in half now, you both get half the bread, solved, kind of thing. It's that one. I just can't remember. It's a very, very long time since I went to my church school when I was a kid. So, yeah, that's just what popped into my head looking at it for you today, Pisces. So there could be, like, if the Emperor isn't you and it's not your romantic interest in this reading, it could be the influence of someone else who is helping you and your person kind of find some sort of equal, fair way of balancing out a situation, compromising, or compromise normally means that someone's not happy. So I'm just more like finding a way that both of you are happy. All right. Why is the Emperor here? Well, tell me about Pisces reading today. Thank you. We have the Pansy, Sweet Thoughts. Pansy. The Snapdragon is at the bottom of the deck, which is graciousness and benevolence. Well, it says no act of, there's a quote on each card, some of them are terrible, but this one is okay. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. But I'm sorry, but the story that I was just terribly recounting from the Bible is about being the benevolent leader who has solutions. So there's a benevolence, generosity, kindness. The Hyacinth comes out, playfulness. Capricorn got that one as well. And the Tulip is at the bottom of the deck now, friendship and gratitude. Let us be grateful for the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. Anyway. Okay, so there's sweetness here. There is also, yeah, I said generosity. And then being grateful for that generosity. Being grateful for someone, their thoughtfulness as well. Okay, actually not that deck. Let's get you some more Pisces. Tell me about Pisces. What's coming towards them next in love? Okay, the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. There is some sort of obstacle or struggle that you have been experiencing that either you and someone, as I said, you've been both experiencing some sort of hurdle which you can't seem to get past, and someone else is going to help you out, almost like a mediator. I mean, it doesn't have to be in an official capacity. It could be a friend or family member who's going to help find a solution. Or this is you. You've been on the struggle bus and you have someone. It could be a father figure. It could be just someone that you look up to in your community, a boss. Someone's helping you out here, one way or another. Tell me more for Pisces, please. Yep, we've got the, if I could pick it up, the Eight of Wands, which came out, which I think that's like one of the first times I've seen that, the entire reading. So that's progression there as well. 7 going to the Eight of Wands, and then the Three of Wands. Lots of fire with the Emperor being Aries as well. But that is, you know, there's communication coming in here. This, I just got Madame Doubtfire. Help is on the way, dear. This is communication coming in to help you move forward in something, to help you progress, to take the steps that you want to take, to head you in the direction that you want to go. This is like someone, they know where you want to head,